Tiana, how are you doing today?
Hey Ricky, how are you?
I'm
Okay, you came with
excited.
a festive shirt. I like it. I like it.
I did. I got the shirt on just for. I was like, you know what? I got to get proper for Tiana out here. You know what I mean? It's
Thank
funny you
you.
say that because the most talked about thing when I said somebody was doing this was that shirt, and everybody wants that shirt. So it's like, you know what I
I was
mean?
just talking about this today. I'm like, literally everywhere I go, they're like, "Can I please get a Perfidia shirt?" I'm like, I need to like make some real shirts like in real life and get this going. I might
You
need
will
like a
have
little
millions of people
holiday
buy
thing.
it.
No, right, exactly.
There's a moment in the film where Perfidia walks out that door and never looks back, right? I've seen you talk in depth about how that's not something you, Tiana, would do, right? But in Perfidia's shoes, what part of her journey do you think led her to make that decision?
I think a part of that journey that led her to make that decision was that, I don't think she was ready to settle. You get what I'm saying? I think she felt like she still had so much left to do. And I think the vision of her being a stay-at-home mom and like a family girl, I think she didn't like that vision. I think that was a vision that was going to slow her down. She wasn't really ready to give up the revolution. You know what I'm saying? Like she wanted to keep that fight going. I also think that Perfidia was a little bit greedy, but also I think like she's so complex, because then another part is like Perfidia was also, I think tired of feeling like she was all she had. I think once she accepted or felt like, listen, I'm all I got, she stood in that. At that point, a baby didn't matter, Bob didn't matter, nothing mattered. She wanted to keep this shit going on, and that's what she did, and it backfired. Um, And it's kind of unfortunate, but this sets the tone for the movie. It anchors the movie, and I think that Perfidia needed to fall for Willa to rise. You get what I'm saying, and represent for the next generation. And I think that's what makes the end of the story so much like that letter so important. Are you trying to change the world like I did? We failed, but you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Are you happy? Do you have love? If you notice, she's asking her all the questions that I felt like she wanted to live in real life. All of the things I felt like she didn't get the chance to truly access. She wanted to make sure Willa was able to access that.
I swear I could listen to you talk about this performance for hours. You're
Yeah.
incredible in the film, and you just like bring such a, perfect performance to the film. Um, Another question for you. What's something you learned about Tiana throughout your time with Perfidia?
Hmm. You know what's crazy? I always felt like I've unapologetically been myself, but I think Perfidia taught me how to be myself unapologetically without letting people sit me down or quiet me down. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that when you have a certain level of confidence, especially as a Black woman, you're told to quiet it up. When you stand up, you're told to sit down. You're told you're too loud or you're too much. And I feel like she really stood 10 toes down on who she was. She didn't give a fuck what was going on. You can't sit me down. You can't quiet me down. I'm going to always stand on what I believe in. And I feel like Tiana learned to stand up for what she believed in, even through the noise. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like as human beings, we might feel good, and in the moment we hear some noise, it's like we just kind of shrink, and it's like, well, people think this and people think that, and it's just like, Perfidia didn't even care what the baby thought. She was like, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that level. That's a whole nother different level. You get what I'm saying? But if you think about it in hindsight, like I can unapologetically be myself and not allow any noise to shrink me and to shrink what I stand for.
I love that. I've seen you and PTA talk about the collaboration process, even like the improv of Perfidia. What was that conversation like bringing that to life and even having the flexibility to kind of improv on set like that?
I mean, it was really dope, because he's so collaborative and his gentle leadership is just amazing. And me, when I'm on projects, I become a warrior. I become a warrior when I feel safe. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I am like that one that I'm like a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? And when you say go, is go. And until you say stop, I'm not stopping. You get what I'm saying? So with this, it's like, when he say go, Perfidia, Perfidia going Perfidia. You know what I'm saying? That's what made it dope because it was something that unlocked in me that was like, this level of trust is insane, but also give you confidence in confirmation of why he chose you. I remember him saying that, 80% of directing is casting. You get what I'm saying? Like I chose you because you have this quality. I chose you because you have this quality. I chose you because you have this quality. So I think, you know, him choosing us and giving us the playground to play in, he knew that we were all going to create magic. He just let everybody flow. And I think with him letting everybody flow, we wanted to be on that battlefield for him and fight even harder. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, and don't get me wrong, he's like Napoleon. He's off his high horse and in a battlefield with us. So when you running and you in the battlefield and you turn around and you see your captain, you see your leader running with you, it just make you want to go harder. And I feel like, Paul's in the trenches with us. He's in the battlefield with us. So our job is to show up and be present. You know what I'm saying? So you just naturally the magic just naturally start happening on set.